Good evening, everyone. Let us start. We have been learning about different types of tertiary activities. Today, we shall start with a discussion about transport, a very important type of tertiary activity. Now, let me present my screen. Here, transport. So this is another very important type of tertiary activities, and so in the first sentence you will find the meaning as well as the significance of transport. So transport is a service or facility by which people, materials, and manufactured goods are physically carried from one location to another location. So this sentence itself tells the meaning of transport as well as the importance of it. So it carries people, materials, manufactured goods physically from one part of the earth surface to the other part of the earth surface. And another important point we have to know is that modern society requires speedy and efficient transport system to assist in the production, distribution, and consumption of goods. So this is another statement telling the importance or the significance of transport. So nowadays we require speedy and efficient transport system to assist the production, then distribution and the consumption of the goods. We know that manufactured goods are to be transported from the factories to the marketplace, and likewise from the raw material producing centers to the factories. We need transport for carrying those raw materials to the factories. So it tells the importance of transport in the modern day world. So at this every stage in this complex system of transport, the value of the material is significantly enhanced by transportation. That means sometimes that production cost is related with this distance also. If the marketplace is very far away from the production center, then because of the transportation cost, the value of the product may be increased. That is the point mentioned here. The price of the item may be increased if we transport for a long distance. So the transport distance can be measured in three ways as mentioned here. We have this kilometer distance or actual distance of route length. Then we have time distance or time taken to travel on a particular route. And the third one is the cost distance or the expense of traveling on a route. So let us see one example. That let us say here lies let us say here we have Imphal, the capital of this Manipur. Then we have here Churchandpur. So this is our place. So this is Churchandpur, and see here it is connected by a route. Let us say this is the Tirim road, and we know that the route length, the length of this road is 62 kilometer. And say when we travel from Sisipur to Imphal, so it takes around 2 hours. And we also know that the fare, okay, for traveling from Sisipur to Imphal is let us say 100 rupees. So in this way, when somebody asks a question, that is, what is the distance between Imphal and Churachandpur, so we can answer in 3 ways. That see, the distance between Churachandpur and Imphal is 62 kilometers. When we express in terms of this route distance, we can say distance between Imphal and Sisipur is 62 kilometers. We can also say that, okay, see, the distance between Imphal and Sisipur is around 2 hours. We also can express in terms of time taken. The distance can be expressed in terms of this time taken as mentioned here. See, time distance, or the time taken to travel on a route length, we can also express in this way. And the last one is course distance. So we can also say that the distance between Imphal and Sisipur is 100 rupees. So it tells the course distance, that is the traveling expense. So these are the 3 ways of expressing the distance between 2 points on the Earth's surface. So when we prepare a thematic map, okay, of transportation system, see, we use Isochron. So isochrons as mentioned here. So these are the lines. Isochrons are the lines drawn on a map to join places equal in terms of time taken to reach them. Okay, this is an imaginary line, okay, drawn on a map to join places equal in terms of time taken to reach that particular place. Okay, so that is the meaning of isochron. In addition to this, so we have some other important terms related with the network analysis. See here, let us read. A transport system, as transport systems develop, different places are linked together to form a network, and the networks are made up of nodes and a link. Okay, so let us see here. So this is a point, okay, on the surface of the earth, and so this point may be a city. Okay, so it may be a city or a town or a village. So here may be another point. So it may be another village or town or city, and likewise here also another settlement may be here. And such locations may be a city or town or village in network analysis is known as node or vertex. Okay, so this is a node or a vertex, and this is also another node or vertex. And see, these nodes and or vertices can be connected by a route. So this is a route, and in network analysis, this line connecting two nodes, okay, is known as link or ace. So in this way, all the settlements on the Earth's surface may be connected by a link or ace, and thus forming a network. Okay, so these are the important terms related with the network analysis in transport geography. It is also mentioned here, see. A node is a meeting point of two or more routes or point of origin or a point or destination or any sizable town along a route. Every rod that joins two nodes is called a link or ace. Okay, so these are the terms related with the network analysis. Any question from your side? Any question? Are you clear? Okay, I think it is clear, so let us continue. So
Oh, I can't see the presentation.
you cannot see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can you see? What about the others? I think on my screen it is presented, it is showing like this. You are presenting to everyone. You are presenting to everyone. What about the others? What about the others?
Yes, sir.
Do you see my screen? Tracy, Judith, Sangling, Caroline, Raboni, do you see my screen? Yes or no?
Sir, we can see.
You can see. Okay. Then shall we continue? Okay, let us continue. I think I am presenting Basti, maybe internet problem. Okay. Okay. I think most of you can see. So now we have factors affecting transport. We have two important factors affecting transport system. See, demand, number one factor. The second one is route. So demand actually influence. Okay, demand for transport is influenced by the size of population. Okay, the demand for transport is determined by the size of population. That means by the number of population. The larger the population size, the greater is the demand for transport. Direct relationship. When we have more population, then there will be more vehicles on the road. That is the main point. So another factor is given here, routes. So route, that is road, depends on this location of town, villages, industrial centers, raw material, pattern of trade between them, then nature of landscape. Okay, somebody is coming. Roshan is coming. Okay, see, the network of roads depends on the location of the cities, towns, villages, or location of the industrial centers, or the pattern of trade among the cities or places, or it depends on the nature of landscape. Okay, see, if there are so many industrial centers, then there will be more road network. If there are many cities in the place, then there will be more road network. Likewise, it depends, the route also depends on the landscape. See, we have three important types of landscape, like say mountains, plains, and the plateaus. And see, generally we find less number of routes on the mountain, since construction is very difficult and there is less number of people. And likewise, we have less number of route networks in the desert areas. Okay, and we have more in these plain areas, because we have more population, we have more production. Okay, more demand for the transport. That is why. Then likewise climate, okay, depending on the type of climate. See, as I told you, deserts, okay, because of harsh climate and covering with sand, transport network is not good. Likewise in these snow covered areas, in very cold areas, then transport network is not good. Okay, so these are the important factors affecting the transport, okay, demand and these routes. So any question regarding factors? I think you might be clear. Okay, let us continue. What is your response? Okay, clear. So next we have another important type of tertiary activity, that is communication. Do you have any idea about the meaning of communication? Communication means, as you know, see, communication means the sending and receiving of these messages. Say somebody sends a message and another person must receive it. If somebody sends a message and if another one is not receiving, that is not communication. There should be sending and receiving of messages in communication. So communication services involve the transmission of words, messages, facts and ideas. So this is the meaning of communication as well as the significance of this communication. And see, communication and transport, these are very related, okay. So these are helping each other. See, for example, letter. So when we send a letter to our friend, maybe in Delhi, okay, so the letter, that message is carried by means of transport. The letter can be carried by these airplanes or by trains or by road, okay. So in this way, these communication and transport are linking each other, helping each other. And see, all forms of transport are also referred to as lines of communication, okay. That is why all forms of transport are also referred to as lines of communication, as I have given the example of letter, okay. So communication materials, messages, then words are again carried by this means of transport. And where the transport network is efficient, communications are also easily disseminated. Where transport network is good, efficient, then communication is also easily spread, disseminated, okay, distributed, or that is spread. And so now we have so many developments in the communications. So there was a time when these messages are carried by animals, by hand, by boat, okay. But now we have new developments in communication like mobile telephony. Then we are using satellite for communication, okay. And when we use mobile phones and a satellite for communication, then we are independent of transport. So in this case, communication is sometimes not related with transport, because in this case messages and words are sent in the air, okay, via air, so using satellites. And that is why in this case, so here we have electronic transport of messages, and here we are independent of a transport system in case of mobile telephony and the satellites and internet. And see here, next we have some important communication services, okay, discuss here. Telecommunication, okay, telecommunication is a type of this communication, and it was also already mentioned when we discussed about types of tertiary activities yesterday. And see, what do you mean by telecommunication? Do you have any idea what do you mean by telecommunication? What do you mean by telecommunication? Okay, I will tell you. Telecommunication, actually, this is the science and the practice of transmitting information by electromagnetic means. Okay, sending and receiving is done by electromagnetic these means through the electromagnetic waves. In other words, telecommunication refers to the process of exchanging information such as voice, data, and this video transmission via electronic technologies. Okay, like satellite, then internet, then radio, television. This is what we call telecommunication. So again, I tell you, telecommunication refers to the process of exchanging information such as voice, data, and this video transmission via electronic technologies like satellite, internet, radio, television, etc. So this is the meaning of the word telecommunication, and it is related with the modern technology. Okay, and see, telecommunication. So here in this paragraph, okay, so in this paragraph, in the following paragraphs, it explains about the significance of telecommunication in the present day world. So the first important point is here: telecommunication has revolutionized communications because of the speed with which messages are sent. So within a second, okay, we can send a message. So SMS is there, WhatsApp is there, so emails are there. Okay, so by using these means, we can send any message within few seconds. So it has revolutionized communications. Okay, because of the speed which the telecommunications provided to us. It is also mentioned here that time reduced is from weeks to minutes. When we send a letter to USA, it took around 15 days, 20 days, or even a month. But now within few seconds we can send a letter, okay, using telecommunication. So when we send it using email, then it can be reached within few seconds. And another important significance is here, besides the recent advancements like mobile telephony have made communications direct and instantaneous at any time from anywhere. That as I told you, with the introduction of the mobile phones, okay, communications become direct and instantaneous. Okay, within few seconds we can reach the information. Okay, we can talk each other at any time from anywhere on the earth's surface. And those old techniques like telegraph, then Morse code, then telex have almost become things of the past. Nowadays these things are not used. Telegraph, once it was used about 20 years back. Okay, so simply say it sends to Morse code, that is dot and a dash. And so here in our place, let us say here in our place we have to give one this telegraph machine here, and in other place. Okay, so this is the source region, let us say, and this is the destination, and these are the telegraph machines, and it is connected by copper wires. And from where somebody sends this Morse code, dot and yes. Okay, the two Morse code are this. Okay, somebody is coming. Who is coming? Okay, Emmanuel. See, two Morse code are dots and another one is dash. And from here, okay, say you want to send some words. Okay, say mother died, come soon. So all these words to be okay translated into this electronic this machine language dot and dash, and there here in this place also another person will see it and will listen to the signal dot and dash, and they will translate. Okay, they will translate the machine language into these words. Okay, this is about this telegraph. Now it is not used, but when we were students, okay, at the class 9-10 level, at the time it was used. And another one is the telex actually. So this is also known as fax, flyaway Xerox. Okay, so this is a technique of this international this message transfer service, consisting of a network of teleprinters connected by a system of switch exchange. It is also see, this one is somewhat developed one. Actually here in this case also, see here we must keep this teleprinter. It is connected with a telephone. Okay, this is a teleprinter or a fax machine. Okay, and here at the other place again, see here another teleprinter or fax machine is here, and again it is connected by the telephone wire, copper wire. And see, you want to send some say your mark sheet, then here in this machine you can put your mark sheet here. Okay, just you can put, here is a tray, and there you have to put your mark sheet, and your mark sheet will be scanned by the this fax machine, and it will be converted into electronic signal. Okay, and it will be transmitted to the wire, and there in the destination place your mark sheet will be printed here. Okay, so this is about telex or these fax machines, and it was also used until see I got my this NVS job. Okay, and so another development, see here, related with telecommunication, and has been used for about these 50-60 years. So radio and television also help to relay news, pictures, and telephone calls to vast audiences around the world, and hence their term is mass media. That this you have already learned. Okay, these radio and television are known as mass media, and importance of radio and television you have already known. Okay, and they are also used for advertising and entertainment also, radio, television. Okay, in addition to the these relay of news, then these movies, drama, and another important this mass media. So it is a type of print media. Okay, newspapers are able to cover events in all the corners of the world. So this is another important mass media. Okay, another important type of this communication. Then the last important means of communication is the internet. Okay, so internet has truly revolutionized the global communication system. As we discussed earlier, within seconds we can send and receive messages using internet, and so many services are provided by the internet. Okay, so internet provides us email. Okay, then we have so many websites out there, and we can do e-learning, we can do this online shopping, e-governance also there. All these are the services provided by the internet. So internet is the most important means of communication in the present day world. So this is about communication. Any question regarding communication or telecommunication? Any question regarding telecommunication? Any question regarding telecommunication? Okay, then let us proceed. We have another important this type of tertiary activity, that is services. Actually, all these economic activities, tertiary, then quaternary, quinary, these are coming under different types of services. And again, under the tertiary activities also, the services is coming. So here, services occur at different levels. Okay, at many different levels. It can occur in different levels. Say, for example, some of the services are geared to the industry, related to the industry, and some services are related to the people. Means some services are provided to the individuals, and some services are provided to both industry and the people. For example, transport system. Okay, so this is a type of service providing services to both industry and the people, means to the industry, to the manufacturer, as well as to the market. So we have, as we discussed earlier, we have two orders of services: low order services and high order services. So examples of low order services, such as these grocery shops, launders, okay, laundries, grocery shops, laundry. So these are examples of low order services. And we have high order services, okay, like those of accountants, services provided by accountants, consultants, physicians, doctors. Okay, so generally low order services are more common and widespread than the high order services, as mentioned here. Low order services are more common and widespread than the high order services, because high order services require skilled professionals, and low order services can be done by the unskilled, uneducated person, and that is why it is more common and widespread. And actually, services, okay, when we provide a service to somebody, to individual consumers, then say in return we have to get something. That means services are provided to individual consumers who can afford to pay for them. When we provide service, in return we must get wage or salary. That is the point mentioned here. Okay. And here see about these low order and high order services. Okay, why low order services are low paid? Say gardener, then launderers and a barber. Okay, they do these low order services, and their wage is low because they do primarily physical labor. They are providing these services physically. And whereas high order services like teachers, lawyers, physicians, musicians, okay, say they have these higher wages because they perform mental labor. So this is the main difference between low order services and high order services. And see, now let us learn the important these features and significance of the services. Okay, so nowadays many services have now been regulated, making and maintaining. See, number one point is that services have now been regulated by the government, by the organizations. So marketing and maintaining these highways and bridges, then maintaining firefighting departments, and supplying or supervising education and customer care are among the important services most often supervised or performed by the government or companies. So these are the examples of the services regulated by the government or companies. Okay, making of these highways, now it is regulated. Then making of bridges, construction bridges, regulated. Then maintaining firefighting departments, then supplying or supervising education or customer care. All these services are supervised, okay, or performed by the government or companies. Then another feature is here: state and union legislation have established corporations to supervise and control the marketing of such services as transport, telecommunication, energy, and water supply. So in every country we have this legal provision. We have government organization or departments, okay, or corporations to supervise and control the marketing of these services such as transport, communication, energy, water supply, etc. And see here some important, okay, see terms are given here. CBD, okay, see here, let me read the sentence first. Multiplexes and restaurants might find location within or near the central business district. CBD. CBD stands for Central Business District. Then what do you mean by CBD? Any idea? What do you mean by CBD?
Central Business District.
That is the full form of CBD. And when I ask what do you mean by Central Business District, do you have any idea? Okay, I will tell. Okay, good. Okay, I will tell you. Says Central Business District refers, okay, to the heart of a city, to the focal point of a city where all the business activity are confined. Okay, CBD refers to the heart of a city, to the focal point of a city where all the business activities are confined. Okay, and say we have examples. Let me tell you some examples of this CBD. Okay, Central Business District. Actually, it is found mainly in the metropolitans. Okay, only in the mega cities. So we have these examples like downtown. Okay, downtown Toronto. So downtown Toronto is an example of CBD, and it is in Canada. Okay, downtown Toronto in Canada is an example of CBD. Another example in USA is this downtown Manhattan. Downtown, sorry, it must be downtown Manhattan. So these are the two best examples of Central Business District located in North America. And here in the CBD, we find concentration of services. Okay, so many services. You will find higher level services, lower level services. You will find in the CBD. And here in the CBD, you will find multiplexes. Multiplexes means a big movie theater. Okay, a big movie theater that has several different auditoriums in the same building. Okay, in the same building, in the same movie theater, there may be different many auditoriums. That is called multiplexes. Such type of multiplexes you will find in CBD, and so many restaurants that about that chain stores. Okay, that we discussed last time. And about these services, so as I told you, we are also providing services to the individuals. Okay, personal services are made available to the people to facilitate their work in daily life. So we are providing personal services to the people to facilitate their life, okay, their work in their daily life easier. Okay, and in return we will get something. And when we provide these personnel services, actually these are mainly done by the unskilled these people. And these unskilled people are mainly employed in the domestic services such as housekeepers, cooks, gardeners. All these are examples of these services, low order these services, and these are also found in the big cities. And these type of services are unorganized, not regulated, whereas in case of construction of the bridges, highways, then water supply, all these are organized, regulated by the governments and companies. But in case of personnel services, these are not organized, these are unorganized. And one such example of these unorganized services found in India is the Mumbai's Dabawala. One such example in India is Mumbai's Dabawala, that is tiffin services provided to about 175,000 customers to all over the city. So every day these Dabawalas are providing these meals, lunch boxes. See here, I think you are seeing this one photograph here. This one here, they are, so nowadays they are using trains also. So all this in a car, they are putting, say, dabas, tiffins, and each tiffin is numbered and where to deliver. They have some kind of code numbers are there, addresses also there, and so they will go to the respective offices and will give the tiffins to have lunch. Then after that they will collect these tiffins again. So this is one of the best examples of these personal services provided in the big cities. And you must know that even though this is unorganized service sector, it is very, very important, it is very, very significant, because it provides so many services to many customers, as mentioned here, 175,000 customers, 175,000 customers all over Mumbai city. So any question about services? Any question about services? Any question about services? Okay, then for today let us stop here. As usual, please leave your names in the WhatsApp group for attendance. Thank you very much for joining my class.